Talk a little bit about what Charlie Kirk's assassination did and what's happening in the Republican Party since.
Yes, and, Charlie Kirk, was somebody he was somebody that I think that older Americans probably did never really heard of because he was more in terms of somebody who was really appealed to young people. He was someone who would go to college campuses, and he would basically debate students. He would go to some of the more liberal colleges in the country. So when he was assassinated, I think a lot of people, over 65 and older said, "Who's Charlie Kirk?" I think people under 35 immediately knew who Charlie Kirk was. He's someone who comes up on social media feeds. And I think that he really became the public face of the younger version of conservatism. And he was really a tribune of Donald Trump's agenda. He was very much a tribune of the America First agenda. Someone who, for example, opposed the wars in Iraq and opposed the wars in Afghanistan, which is more in line with Donald Trump and some of the more traditional Republicans of that time period. I think when he was assassinated, I think that conservatives kind of came together in many respects and mourned him. And the question he was, by the way, he had a radio show on Real America News that still exists without him, but it was not so much his radio show that he was known for. It was for going out and it was really for debating people. And I think as a result, there were a lot of people who are not interested in politics who really became interested in politics because of him. And he was somebody who was a very effective debater, by the way, very efficacious. He had the facts at his command, and he was really, really good at debating no matter what issue he would be able to kind of. The problem, I think, was that sometimes the people that he debated were not well informed, and sometimes the questions were very much obvious, and they would go right to his talking points. I always would watch it, and I'd wait for somebody to ask a creative question or come from left field with something, and they almost never did. It was almost the exact same questions over and over, so he knew how to answer, and he really went after it. Tucker Carlson is very interesting because he's somebody who was once a traditional Republican.